Hi, this is Todd Norton, and this is the assignment Social Networking and Education. There's a couple obvious choices in education. We're going to look at three of them. The first one, of course, is Facebook. Everybody has a Facebook now. It's grown leaps and bounds in the last few years, and all the kids are on Facebook. The problem is there's quite a few problems with Facebook. There's some great things. I mean, you connect with celebrities, connect with your friends from high school, from college. High school kids can connect with kids from other schools, etc. There's a lot of dangers, though, with teachers and students having friendships on Facebook. Of course, one is that kids are going to post embarrassing pictures of you. This one I actually post for, but it can be a little embarrassing, especially when they print it out and bring it to school, hang it up all over. There's also those times where kids might tag you in a photo that you weren't even a part of at all. Like in this example, this one girl and a boy went to my house and actually took pictures in my yard. That's a great picture of one of my students. Here's the students taking strange pictures in your front yard. It's kind of awkward. And then they tag you, so then all their buddies get to see it. Also, there's that fear of pictures from the old days when you were in college that you don't even remember about will show up on Facebook. But there are a couple things that are positive. You can't open up a school page. Here's an example. Some people have taken this even a little further. We're going to look at in a second that they've opened up a class page. This kind of separates you. You don't have to be their friend. You both can join a club or a group or page and join together, but not still have that friendship. And there's not a ton of schools that have done this, but here's a couple of them that have done it with college. This is an college English class, and he has actually posted all their assignments on there for them to see. They get updates. He actually posted some photos of the different students doing different things. Of course, a problem here would be, what's your school policy on posting student pictures on the web? How much can you post? What's appropriate? What's not appropriate? But what I really want to focus on are two main things. I want to focus, Facebook is great, but Facebook has a lot of issues. But I would like to look at Ning, and I would like to look at Edmodo. Ning is kind of like a Facebook, but it's much more private. You can set it up. You have to have a username and password to get into your class's site. Here's an example of one I set up for one of my advanced computer apps class. They can upload their own pictures, make their own page. When you log in, you can actually see the different slideshow going on, see the different stuff, and kids love it. I mean, they love posting pictures themselves. You can post videos. All the members can have different videos. Here's one example of just a kid. Their assignment was they just had to get on here and say hello. So this is one of my students just goofing around with the camera and having fun. But you can add your own pictures, your own stuff. You can post what events are coming up, what assignments. I had my kids do blogging. So this is kind of a private blogging where kids can add their own kind of blogs, and we blogged about different things that were going on, and this was just one of their assignments they had that they can write about. Other things that kids can do, because talking about a football game, kids can add different videos. Sometimes I had fun with adding my own videos, which you'll see in a second. But there's other things. There's even a chat that's in this. The chat you can click on, and all my students, if they were there, we could all chat together. So the possibility of meeting as a class outside of class is definitely a possibility. It's still kind of a private network. Here's me goofing around. Every time I posted directions for them to do, I'd do something weird with my face or my head. I don't really look like that. It'd be strange if I did. So there's a lot of things on Ning that are pretty good, but we did have a few problems with privacy. One of the favorite things I love, though, or my thing I use all the time, is Edmodo. Edmodo is somewhat like Facebook look, but here I can post assignments. The kids don't really have their own pages, so it's limited in some ways, but they can log on from home. I can post assignments specifically to their class. I can send notes to their class. They can't send notes to each other, but they can send a note to the whole class, and then people can reply to it. My kids absolutely love this part of my class because I post all of our assignments on there. We do most of our discussions online, and they don't even feel like it's work. But there is a social network in some sense. A little bit of blogging. but it's kind of a micro blog. It's only very limited. Kids can, on this site, they can see their grades, they can see their assignments, they can communicate. Here's an example of some grades and different things that have been turned in. They can see how much things are missing, etc. If I'm away from class, I can actually log in and post things, and so my kids will be working and they'll see me post things and they can reply to it. So this is my version of kind of the very private, very safe social networking. They join my class. Only kids that have a certain code can join my class. I can delete kids. Then I can go through and I can put in filters of, here's a poll. What did you guys think of this assignment? What do you think of, whatever's going on in class? And so they get some feedback. They can create their own polls, but I can filter this by assignments, by links, by alerts, whatever kind of things that I've decided to put up. I also can check on who's replied last and what kind of things they've replied. Here's an example of posting assignments. You click on this and I can see all the assignments that have been posted. And then you can tag things. You can say, hey, where's all the things? This is a homework assignment. So they can click a tag and see all the homework. And these are things that kids have all turned in and they've tagged them as, this is my homework and this is what I did. So it's kind of a cool thing. Kids can put their own picture. This girl decided to choose David Hasselhoff. But there's lots of things you can do. Like I said, it's very private. You can do some really cool things with it. And it posts a calendar. Kids can stay up to date of what's going on in the school, what's going on in the class. They can see all their other friends and who's online. So it's kind of a cool site, and it's probably one of my favorite for specifically a private, safe network. And that's my biggest problem with, well, here's an example of microblogging, where kids have actually posted what they wanted to do, like they had an assignment, they had to post it, and so you get the idea. So my biggest issues with social networking is just the safety of the kids, making sure that it remains private, that there's not any interaction that is inappropriate between students and teachers and just between the outside world. Facebook is a great one, but there's a lot of privacy issues there. Ning is one that's very similar to Facebook, but you also run the risk of some privacy issues. And the last one I used was Edmodo, and it's kind of been my safest, best, somewhat of a social network, but at the same time still very controlled.